When you install a new digital camera into your Scale FPV cockpit, by default it'll come out of the box with the lens set to infinity, and this is what you get. A very crisp external view and a very soft focus on the cockpit interior. A lot of the cameras come with a fixed lens, so you can't change that. But if you're lucky enough to have a camera with a locking ring like this, you can loosen the locking ring and then rotate the lens in or out to adjust the focal point more into the cockpit or back out again to infinity. If you go to the opposite extreme to the default infinity setting, you end up with a crystal clear cockpit like this. But outside, the focus has become so soft that it's actually less clear than the images we had before HD digital cameras arrived. In my view, probably not flyable. I don't think I'd want to risk that. So what I'm going to experiment with this year is a balance somewhere in between the two extremes, where the external focus is softened slightly, leaving it about the quality we had on the early 720p digital cameras, but it sharpens up the inside of the cockpit a little bit more, making it a fair bit crisper than the default, like this. You can see the difference between the default setting and the compromise setting that I'm going to try this year. It worked well last year in the P47 if you saw the maiden video. So if you want to play with it, all you need to do is loosen the locking ring, rotate the lens in and out till you find the balance of focus that suits your personal taste, then tighten the locking ring back up without moving the lens from its new position. A word of warning, before you start, take a fine brush and some white paint and run it right the way across the outside of the lens, the locking ring and the camera housing, so that if you get stuck or you don't like the changes, you can always return everything to your original lens position by lining up all the white marks again. Happy flying.